The new ChatGPT 5.6 Sol model just came out just after the re-release of Claude Fable 5. So in today's video, I want to answer the question, what is the best model? And if you're using one of these models, should you switch to the other? In order to answer that question, I gave the exact same prompts for both GPT and Claude. So what I did is I created an extremely messy sheet with lots of data, mistakes in the data, misformatting all over the place, like things missing. Just like a very messy data entry, because when you're working in, accounting or finance, or, you're just working in your personal life, like things are messy, data's not always organized. And the whole point is to see like which AI could organize it the best. And this one is super, super interesting. So I basically said, I'm attaching a sales data CSV, Fable on the left, we've got Codex on the right, raw from my software business, do 3 things: clean the data, convert all revenue to USD, build a single file HTML dashboard I can open in my browser to show the key numbers, and then answer one question: what is the single most important thing in the data that I should know about in my business? Basically, there was a massive discrepancy. So Claude thought that there was $32,000 in revenue, and this is like way, way different. GPT thought there was $86,000 in revenue. That is like a big, big difference. Some of the numbers were the same, but that is a massive, massive difference. Before we get into which model was actually more correct on the data side, who built a better dashboard? Well, I still feel like it was Claude Fable. This to me looks better than the dashboard that GPT built, but the main thing that we want to test is accuracy of data. So I basically asked it, what was the total revenue? And it said that it was 32,000. I asked GPT, what was the total revenue? It said that it was 86,688. So extremely different. So I basically kind of got them to prompt each other. So I told Fable, GPT said it was this much, and I told GPT, Fable said it was this much. And GPT said Fable is using a different assumption, and Claude said it was confident. However, there's one item that is a judgment call where it treated quantity 100 as a data entry error and counted it as one seat. So trying to pick up on an error and then make a judgment call, which was the whole point of this prompt, not to have exact math, but to see which model handled ambiguous data better. I basically went through, I posted what GPT said into Fable and vice versa again. And GPT actually conceded that Fable is right about the recommended business answer, but wrong about the fact that the revised calculation included duplicates. And then just cutting to the chase here, at the very end, after a few more prompts, I asked both models, which model was more correct? Be totally unbiased. And Fable said, gun to my head, mine was the more correct initial assessment, but not a clean sweep. And GPT said Fable got the initial assessment more correct. So both models admitted Fable was more correct. And personally, I also think Fable was more correct in the initial assessment because it was able to flag the duplicate orders. So this shows, and this is a messy test, but I did that on purpose, that Fable was actually slightly better in terms of strategic reasoning in this case, and it actually created a better dashboard as well.